What I did, I cut little wedges into here with a knife. Hold on, just keep up. This isn't the knife I use, although I think this does cut wood. A little bone knife, not very great. But you could put some degree of that type of stuff in there. This is a metal knife that I use here. But anyways, you can just cut your in here. So basically, what I would say, if you were just doing this in nature, I would imagine that you could, if you have a good knife, you know, and some time, you could split a piece of wood, you know, down the middle, like a you know, piece of log in diameter like that. You could split it. You could kind of work the face, you know, and get it like this as a tool. And if you were to knock these edges in, I mean, that's a lot to do, but that's what I did. So to make this easier, so the instructions that I read was to pound it first, scrape it a little bit more, and that was it. That didn't work for me. So what I did was I actually scraped it first, and then I'm breaking it here. So this is kind of like carding wool or cotton. You just kind of breaking it, kind of working it loose. And some hairs will come off. This yucca is pretty strong. Some hairs will come apart from the rest of them, and you can set those aside because you can actually just weave those back into what you're working with, basically. So these deeper grooves, you know, work the best for me for this whole type of thing here. And I think, you know, it only goes so far. In breaking up all this, and further up, you know, you wind up pounding. So here I'm pounding, but the face of my thing, come a little closer. The face of this is you know, not really rounded. So I actually work kind of on the side like that to kind of break up this here. You can zoom in a little bit if you would. So I work it like that. And the back, I definitely have to work first. And I'm kind of coming in at an angle. You can just see it kind of busting up here. And you know, I guess you want to work it apart, but you're not trying to like destroy it. You know, I don't know what kind of force it would take to actually destroy the fibers, but you're not trying to do that. So kind of both sides. And I kind of mixed, you know, kind of alternated pounding and this kind of carding type of a thing. I've also seen these type of cards made out of antler as well, I believe, or horn or something, and they cut the same type of grooves into it. It's basically like a comb, you know, you like you're combing hair basically, but this is just a fiber processing skill. Really, this isn't anything, you know, amazing, but you know, if you're familiar with sinew, this actually starts to look even somewhat like sinew, and it just makes clear, you know, that these type of skills hold a variety of different uses. So that's kind of what you get before you get to the next phase. So we take it over here. to zoom my hands over. So this here, can you see? You gotta get close. So this here, actually, this broke when I was doing a test to see how much weight it could hold. I had some weights on it, and the weights were up to 15 pounds, and it broke at 15. So we know that one, a cord, that's a twist of the materials, like at this size thickness, held about 15 pounds before it failed. So it didn't hold 15 pounds, I should say. It held 5, I believe, all night. So I'm breaking this apart here because I want to add length to this piece. For whatever reason, I need to make it long. So break this apart here. I'm trying to make it quick. My lovely assistant has to go to bed. All right, so I'll take some of these fibers, and because I'm working so small, I can just add in a small amount, really. So I can just add in like this much. Yeah, I can just add in like this much here. And you can add them into top and bottom. So I'm gonna put that to the side there, have some of that right there. And I'll go ahead and add this in to my top piece. And we're gonna come in. I would actually almost split this here, but it's kind of hard to get down in this other piece I have. So yeah, so I'll just kind of split that there and make those pieces meet, right? And then what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna twist inward and then bring this down over the top. And then this piece is going to be twisted inward and it's going to be brought down over the top. And then this is going to be twisted again inward and be brought down over the top. And this is twisted inward again, be brought down over the top, and then twisted inward again, be brought down, and twisted inward and be brought down. And so we've kind of woven these pieces together here. So I'm gonna add in a tiny bit more here. Now, cordage, this is something that people have used. I have a Cherokee friend, and she was saying they use it, I believe, in their ceremonial stuff at a certain point, or festivals or something like that, some sort of a cultural thing there. Cordage is used all over the world historically for practical purposes, and obviously when people go back to remember who they were and their identity, they go back and remember what their ancestors did. So it ties into people's heritage and identity and stuff like that. But in terms of, what people are going to be concerned about as in regards to bushcrafting, it ties into practical utility. So a lot of time with identity pieces, it just has to remind you of how you did a thing. Utility, like survival, it has to be effective today. So this is where connection to heritage and historic identity becomes a practical application today, and that's a good. I think that's a good thing. That level of concern that the practical brings to craft, making sure that what you're doing is tight and effective. You use it, you test it, It's not just something that you know, are recognizing the ancestors having done. And then that really brings us in close with, you know, the way they would have operated and thought, etc. All right, so that's about what I'm going to do for now. But I'll show you. I need to add a little bit more into there. See, I've added that in, and you know, you can see I'm giving tension on that. I'm pulling with some tension and it's not coming apart. So, you know, I got a little thin the first time. I think that's why it failed where it failed. I'm going to keep working this. I'm going to see what, you know, what kind of weight it can take, and just keep playing with this stuff, and probably play with some sinew in the future and keep it moving. All right. Peace.